Okay. So I'm doing, oh, did I start recording? Oh, good. I'm doing the naming complex branch change of the alkanes because why are you giving me that panic look? Do you want me to do an easy one first? It's fine. I don't mind doing the easier one. But we'll do an easy one. Okay. I've been requested to do an easy one first. Actually, should I do, which one is which? What am I looking at? What page are you? I have lost the order. Okay. I'll do 3 examples and see how you guys go. Okay? So, first one here, I will do I. How about that? I on the first set, which is just the branching side chains. I'm doing this one. Let's go find this question. It's from the branching side chains of alkanes. It's the one I'm doing. Okay? It's not H, it's I. All right. When it comes to organic, what you need to be thinking about is finding the longest chain because that is your parent chain. So we're going to count the number of carbons to see which one's longer. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 based on that chain. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So both of those are exactly the same. So regardless of which direction you take, you're going to get the same name. Are we okay with that? Okay, so 7, when I name 7, I have to figure out what the suffix, or sorry, what the number is for 7, and that should be, I think, hept. Hept. So heptane tells you have 7 carbons. Ready out? Okay. Then I have to figure out the branch and how do I indicate the branch is on there. So all I've done is I've told us how many carbons there are in the parent chain, the longest chain, but I haven't told anyone where the branches are because it's stuff coming off of the main carbon chain. So both of these are 1 carbon, which is good. That means it doesn't matter which way I name it. So 1 carbon is, we'll just take that guy, is a methyl. So methyl means 1. Now I need to specify also what number that methyl is on, because that methyl could be on any one of those carbons in there except the first and the last carbon. Why can't it be on the first or the last carbon? Would it be a branch if it's on the first or last carbon, or would that add to the longest chain? It would add to the longest chain. So whenever I'm talking about branches, branches cannot be at the end. Because if I put the methyl at the end, then I'm dealing with octane. Do you want me to try again? You got it. If I put it at the end, it is octane. So next thing I need to do is I need to number this carbon chain. We can only number the carbon chain once. So either I number it going from left to right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or I number it from right to left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I want to give it the lowest number possible because that's the rules. So if I had a choice between going with 2 or 6, I'm going to go with the 2 because that is the lower of the 2 numbers. So it's 2-methyl heptane. If I wrote 6, then it's actually on this carbon here. Or then I would actually renumber it and I number it 1, 2. Sorry, ignore that. Are you okay with that? All right, shall I do a different, more complicated exam? Not that straight? Okay. Do you want me to draw one first or do you want, let's draw one first actually. Let's go in the next direction. Okay. I am now going on to the naming and complex branch chains for the alkanes, but I'm going to this section here where you're drawing them because I think it's actually easier to draw first and then name. So if we're trying to learn how to draw, it's easier to learn how to draw than it is to learn how to name. So I'm going to do this one first and then I'll show you a naming one, okay? So let's pick one. Wait, I'm just trying to think which one I want. I'll choose this one. Okay, so it's got a big line. Okay, so this one here, you see it says 2,2,3 trimethylheptane. First thing I want to do is I want to draw the parent chain. So I see it says hept-ane, and then when I know my numbers, hep means 7. So what that tells me is that this is a 7 carbon chain. So let's draw that 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not putting the hydrogens in because I'm mindful I have branches. All right, the next thing I think about is what are the branches, where are they located, and how big are they? So you see how it says methyl again? So that tells me that they're 1 carbon branches. There's a tri in front of here because that tells me that there are 3 methyls in this molecule. And then this tells me the location of where I would find these methyls. So they say I can find it on a carbon 2, carbon 2, carbon 3. Again, you can choose how you want to number it. You can number it from left to right or right to left. But whenever you number it, you have to only number it once. So once I decide a rule, that's going to be the number set for the whole carbon chain. I don't know why I like to go right to left. That's just how my brain, sorry, left to right. That's how my brain works. So 2, 2, that's carbon 1, that's carbon 2. So on carbon number 2, I should have a methyl, which is CH3, and another methyl, that is CH3. So those 2 are taken care of. Yes. All right. The next one I have is another methyl, and this is on carbon 3. So this is going to be carbon 3. Doesn't matter if you write this down here or up there. Doesn't matter. No. So you can, if you write it the other way around, you're fine. If you flip the molecule around and you treated this as 1, 2, and you did your 2 methyls here and then your 1 methyl there, that's also correct. You just have the rest of the carbon chain. So there's multiple ways to write this correctly. Are we okay so far? All right, last step then is I need to fill in the hydrogens. So each carbon should have 4 bonds. So you can condense it if you want, or you can do it expanded if you're trying to learn it. So this is an example of condensing it because I don't show the carbon with all the hydrogen bonds, or you can show it with each carbon being attached. It's more messy if you do it this way, just FYI, but if you're just beginning to learn, it's useful to do it that way first so you can actually see where the bonds are. So this carbon attaches to there, so that's going to have 3. So that would be CH3 if I was to abbreviate that down. This one already has 1 thing attached to it, another carbon, so that's going to have only 1 hydrogen. And then everybody else, in this case, has 2. And the last one has 3. So that's how I would draw that molecule. But I would actually suggest working this out, or working the next section out of order. I would suggest do the drawing first and then do the naming, because it's a lot easier to draw something than it is to name something. Just FYI. So I would suggest doing these first and then moving on to these guys. Do you want me to do one of these 2? Or do you guys want to try it? Okay. Do you want me to just leave it here? Okay. So see how you guys are going. If you guys want me to do the other one, I can, or we can hold off till tomorrow.